Hey, what's happening guys? My name is Bharat and today we're going to be talking about the next big flagship killer. OnePlus launched the One last year, the OnePlus One. It was supposedly the flagship killer for 2014 and it did just that. A lot of people waited in line to get this device on an invite-only system and then figured out ways to get it shipped to their own countries, their own respective countries, because OnePlus was only shipping to a limited amount of countries. Now that the device is available all over the world, it still continues to sell and it's one of the highest selling online-only sold devices available in most countries, including India. Now the OnePlus 2 is right around the corner with a lot of leaks and information already available on the internet, most of it courtesy OnePlus themselves, and now more camera information thanks to YouTuber MKBHD, who got a unit, who's not showing off the unit but the camera details. We have a lot of information about the OnePlus 2 and this is our video rounding up or figuring out what the OnePlus 2 is going to be, or what it's going to look like, or what it's going to feel like when it is finally launched in the coming weeks. And the launch is just around the corner. So let's talk about that. The launch date of the OnePlus 2 has been set at July 27th. A lot of rumors suggested that their supply is not going to be good enough to make the device available on 27th of July. There's been no official announcement from OnePlus for any date changes, so we keep it at July 27th. You'll be able to see the device on July 27th as per expectations or rumors or everything else that we know so far. OnePlus has also made a VR headset or a cardboard VR or a OnePlus cardboard, which will allow you to watch their live launch of the OnePlus 2 in virtual reality space using your own mobile phone, using Google's new VR initiative for Android. So if you're interested in doing that, the cardboard VR is going to be available, if it's not already available, on places like Amazon for a relatively low price of about 100 Indian rupees or about $2 US. You should be able to get your hands on a OnePlus VR cardboard. A lot of news around the specifications, and like I said, the camera information comes from MKBHD. Now let's start talking about the display. The display is rumored to be the same 5.5-inch full HD display that we saw last year. So no changes in the display, despite a lot of rumors suggesting early on in January that the display is going to be a 2K display. Confirmations from various sources along with new rumors suggest that it's going to be the same 5.5-inch 1920 by 1080p display. Therefore not being a 2K display and coming with a lower resolution, it'll also help them save some price, because 2K displays are relatively expensive nowadays. So getting a 2K display on there would increase the price tremendously and therefore make people really pissed off. So they've gone ahead and kept the 1080p display so that people don't get irritated with the high price bracket. Another thing that the OnePlus 2 is going to be doing is going to be the first publicly made smartphone or made by a relatively mainstream company to feature a USB-C type port for charging as well as data syncing. Now this was first seen on the MacBook Retina, which Apple launched recently, and this is going to be a mainstream phone to feature this. This will allow for faster charging, faster data transfers between devices, and it will basically pave way for newer technology for your smartphones. So this time around, OnePlus has taken the initiative and we'll see USB Type-C coming into various devices. Hopefully the Note 5, which is also around the corner, will feature the USB Type-C. For more specs, the OnePlus 2 will feature a second gen Snapdragon 810. This information was given on a post on OnePlus forums by Peter Lau, who is the CEO founder of OnePlus. He said that we're going to be using the Snapdragon 810 second gen chipset, which has been optimized for 4K video streaming as well as for better image processing. It also removes some of the kinks that were in the first gen of the 810, heating issues, compatibility issues with Android software, XYZ. That has been resolved in the Gen 2. So it'll make for a decent or an excellent chipset for the OnePlus 2. Hopefully when it launches. Now pricing has been kept at $450 as a max. In a tweet given by the company, they've said that the pricing is not going to exceed $450 US, roughly making it 28,500 rupees, give or take a few hundred depending on market price of the dollar. So we can expect it to launch in India for under 28,000 rupees. Now what they've said is that it's not going to cross 450. They might even launch it for 399 and keep the existing price brackets or bring it down to 329 as they did earlier. So we don't know what the exact price is going to be, but we know it's not going to cross $450, and that's a good thing for the device. Although slightly more expensive than the previous generation, this one is going to be relatively in the same price bracket. Everything is relative to the first generation. 4 GB of RAM is what's going to make this device special, according to me. LPDDR4 RAM, the same kind that the only two other devices using are the Galaxy S6 as well as the S6 Edge. The DDR4 RAM will make a lot of sense for OnePlus. It will also allow for a lot of customizations by users because LPDDR4 RAM has been proven to be drastically better than previous generation of RAMs used on devices. This RAM is definitely faster and more efficient, and now you have 4 gigs of it on a device that you will be using a lot and tweaking a lot, so 4 gigs of RAM makes sense. It also features, the OnePlus 2 will also feature a new type of fingerprint scanner. They say it's better than the ones found on the S6 and the new HTC One M9 Plus because it will feature a Touch ID-esque design, but OnePlus claims that it's better than Apple's own Touch ID scanner. It's more efficient, it's more accurate. So it'll make for easy unlocking and more security for the device without you putting in a PIN code or sort of drawing a pattern which people can notice and sort of get access into your device. With a Touch ID scanner or a Touch ID type, a fingerprint scanner on the OnePlus 2, it'll definitely make things more secure, but hopefully OnePlus will implement it into other things like maybe apps or allowing you to keep your information safe under apps, which could be done on a software front versus a hardware front, or it could also allow for buying apps on the Play Store using your fingerprints versus putting in your password or anything like that. So that will be a good way for allowing access. Hopefully OnePlus can do that in the OnePlus 2 and it'll make for a good add-on hardware as well as a software feature. Now looks-wise, it's going to not receive too much of a change. We saw the fantastic polycarbonate body last year with the silk white and the sandstone finish. Everybody loved the sandstone finish. Some complained about it. We absolutely like it. The OnePlus 1 features a sandstone finish. The OnePlus 2 is expected to look slightly more premium. It's apparently got a metal frame this time around, if not a whole metal body. It's got a metal frame with a back which will be similar to the sandstone finish. So there'll be a mix of metal and polycarbonate, making the device premium. Also the fact that we have now a $450 price budget, so they might increase the value of the phone by making it look and feel a lot more premium, which will be done by the use of metals. So you might see a metal bezel, a metal frame, or a metal inner structure, if nothing else, from the device, which is also rumored. They also said that it will have a metal body, which was in rumors. We don't know if any of that is true, but at least metal in the frame of the device will make it slightly more rigid. OnePlus is also hoping to capture in the premium market with this version of the OnePlus 2. Basically, they're trying to say that the device will look so premium that you won't need to buy a flagship device. The OnePlus 1 already did a fantastic job of that. It looked really premium when it was launched, especially the sandstone finish. This time around with the OnePlus 2, we feel that they're basically taking a stab against the S6 and the iPhone 6 and saying that you don't need to buy a device which is that expensive and you can get something for around $450 that'll give you the same premium feel. Hopefully they make enough of these so that people can get them on the first lot instead of waiting on an invite system. The biggest reveal that was done yesterday was the camera. Apparently, according to MKBHD, it's a 13 megapixel camera with an f2 aperture. Image quality, saturation in the images, color saturation, contrast as well as dynamic range seems to be excellent. Looking at some of the images that he posted. There's also 4K video recording, which is great, but there is no optical image stabilization, which is a big letdown because I was hoping that they'd put in optical image stabilization. That combined with 4K would make for excellent video. We've seen it on the G4, we've seen it in various other places. So we really were hoping to get optical image stabilization, but that does not exist on the OnePlus 2. So we won't be seeing optical image stabilization, but the camera on the back is a 13 megapixel snapper with an f2 lens. We have no information about the front or the design or aesthetics because none of that was given out. Only the camera details were given out. So the front may have a 2 megapixel, a 3 megapixel, or a 5 or an 8. We don't know. But as far as the back is concerned, it's got a 13 megapixel snapper. So that's everything we know about the OnePlus 2. Everything else will be revealed, the color options, the actual body and the design of the device. What exact specifications will be available on the device will all be revealed on the 27th. So stay tuned for their launch. You can also look at some of the links that will be available to watch the launch live if you want to watch, and if you have any of those VR headsets available, or if you've bought the OnePlus cardboard, you can watch it in virtual reality on your own device, or you can watch it on your laptop screen or a computer screen or your own television using some streaming system, and get to know exactly what's happening, and we'll be giving you full coverage of that as well. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you have any expectations from the OnePlus 2 launch, leave those in the comment section below. Give this video a big thumbs up, guys, and make sure you share it with your friends, and make sure you hit the subscribe button for more videos from iGyaan, and check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Visit iGyaan.in for your daily dose of tech. This has been Bharat, guys. Don't forget to say hi to me down below, and I'll see you in the next one.